Kitchen.
It's called Unfiltered Kitchen.
Welcome back to Unfiltered Kitchen.
Yeah. The hour, I think is the hour, O-U-R.
Yes.
Is the YouTube version.
Oh.
But the podcast is Unfiltered Kitchen. And welcome back. Yes, good to see everybody. Good to be here. Back again with my number one daughter. How's everybody doing? How are you doing?
I'm exhausted right now, but I'm good.
I like your hair like that.
Thank you. I do too, actually. I hit up Nicole. I got my hair braided. I don't know, depending on what.
Wow, how old is Nicole now?
Nicole is 29. She's been married for like almost 3 years. She just had her 3-year wedding anniversary. She has a daughter who'll be 1 in December. Like, she's doing well. So Nicole is a family. Okay, so one of my dad's family friends who he's known since knee high to a duck. Yay high. All the kids, we've like grown up knowing each other. And it's funny because I used to look at Nicole like, oh, she was so young. She's 29.
Yeah,
I'm 34. Yeah. So it's crazy how like when you're younger, those
age different, couple years can make it.
Ageism is like a huge thing. Yeah. Like it's such a weird thought to me. But like when she was telling me these things, I was like, girl, we're the same age. Like that's how I felt. Yeah. Not the same age, but like, you know, just that phase of life that we're in and the experiences. It was very much like, oh my gosh, this is it. So it was cool. It was nice to catch up with her. But what I was gonna say, depending on what city you're in, like I know here in LA, getting your hair braided, you don't know this issue. Could be a nightmare sometimes. Like braiders flake, keep you a deposit. They like you'll be outside their house like for an hour trying to be like, just braid my damn hair. But Nicole, she had a studio. I went to her studio. She was on time. It was clean. Nice. I got in and out. And she did not, and she was priced reasonably. That's the other thing.
How much is something like that?
I was getting quotes from other people, and I was getting quotes from $300 up, $300, $350, and someone told me $400.
Does that include the hair?
That does not include the hair.
Oh, hair is separate price.
My braids are like long right now, but these are like, to me, these are like big size braids. These are like, you know, these aren't little braids.
Those are like medium size.
Medium size braids. Yeah. I paid $175. Yeah. And I was super happy. And then the hair, one of my, like a mom friend, this girl I've known since high school. Her and her mom actually developed a braiding hair company called Chey. Yeah. So I actually, when she announced that, or she told me she was doing it, I was like, cool, I'm going to grow my hair out so I can try your hair out. And I like it.
Oh, so you bought the hair from somebody you know? Yeah,
she gifted me some, but then I went, in Inglewood, they have a beauty supply store, Glow and Flow Beauty. Is it Glow Beauty? I think it's Glow and Flow Beauty. But it's on La Brea, and I purchased, she gave me a bunch of hair, but I wanted to support Black-owned business, mom-owned business, mother-daughter duo, like they have the brick and mortar. I was like, and I go to the beauty supply to get stuff for Boz's hair all the time. So went and got my hair, and it was cool because I got my hair first braided in September. And that was one of those like nightmare stories. But I was just so thankful to get my hair braided. And I was so happy that my hair was long enough to get braided. I didn't care at that point. I was just like, yes. But this time I had to get like 2 packs of hair, and I went. And I guess for me buying products last time, they were like, oh, we have a new system. I saved $13 off of my purchase. So they've got a good rewards program too.
And what's the name of this company?
Glow and Flow is the beauty supply. And I'm going to send you guys information. It's here in LA, but you can buy their stuff online.
And it's woman owned?
It's woman owned. It's a Black woman owned. Diane Valentine and Ryan Valentine. Like that's the mother-daughter duo. And then they have their hair, and it's like soft. It's a lot softer than like the Rastafari hair and like the normal braiding hair. It's pre-stretched, pre-feathered. It was like shiny. I'm sorry. I'm just happy that I have hair on my head right now and I get to play with it, y'all. It's been a minute.
What are we going to talk about today? Besides hair?
No, that was just one thing.
Well, what's
been going on in your life?
In my life.
Yeah.
Well, I was grinding last week. Last couple of weeks, I've been grinding a little bit, making a little bit of money. Couple decent shows came through.
That's good. What kind of shows did you see, or?
Well, it started with the Adobe show.
Okay.
And then from the Adobe show, it went to the...
This is Adobe Max.
Adobe Max. So really computer programming, all that. So Zaire still has the pacifier. Okay? He's 2 now?
Not almost yet,
2?
Almost.
Okay. Whose birthday is on the 28th?
Zaire.
Zaire's on the 28th.
He'll be, my child will be 2.
He'll be 2. Okay, his 2 in 3 days. He's talking about not really. Or
I said, yeah.
No, you said not really. No. Okay, he's 2 years old. He's still sucking a pacifier, which I don't know what the age is, but whenever he's with me, I just go right to him and say, "Give me the pet. Give it to me." He sticks it out. I take it, and he never asks about it. He never says a word about it until he gets to his mom. Then it's all of a sudden,
so annoying.
He calls it Myrrh. Myrrh.
The binky, the pacifier is called Myrrh.
I'm telling you, when it's with me, it's not even a thought.
And it's even now. Yes, so Ace was at the house this weekend, and Ace was like, "Auntie, where's I's Myrrh?" And I was like, "Ace, he don't need the Myrrh." And he was like, "Where's his Myrrh?"
Well, you guys are. It's the adults are still giving the Myrrh. The whatever. Okay.
Not always. I've been working on breaking it. So
all you gotta do is.
I take it away.
Let me tell you something. It's 1, maybe 2 days of pain.
Take it away.
It's 1 or 2 days of him asking for it and crying because he doesn't have it. And after that, it's over. That's it.
I got that. Between my meetings during the day.
Oh, here. You know what?
I'm on Zooms. So sometimes like I need that, like I don't have the space right now to be like, because then my kids like
I don't have the space to let him go.
Are like, "Hey Zaire, I can't keep putting myself like on mute." It's like sometimes like in my mornings, or like I'll take away the Myrrh. Trust me, I take it away.
She's been saying this for probably 2 months now.
No, like a month.
It's been a little longer than a month. Okay, whatever.
A month for me.
So you guys, with kids,
what's
with
an appropriate time to take your child's Myrrh?
Whenever you feel like it.
Do you just decide to take it away? Do you wean from it? Like.
Okay, so there was this one lady who came on because this was back when we were taking getting Ace off of his.
Who was over 2.
Okay. Ace still had his, and then of course him and Zaire were together. Yes. And it was like, well, it's not fair. You took Ace's, and Zaire still has his. What? So this lady chimed in.
Who said it wasn't fair?
Well, somebody who saw a video. It was probably posted something. So she said, "Here, this is what you do. You take it.
We should have taken it away together.
First, you pierce holes in it.
Did that.
Okay. And you let him play with that, and that's, I guess, a little bit less satisfying. Then you actually clip the tip off a little bit. Now there's really no suction. Just kind of hanging out in his mouth, like satisfying his oral fixation or whatever. It wasn't even that.
He just kept throwing it at me.
Oh, he didn't want it. He didn't want it like that.
Oh, he had a full.
Oh, well, then but that's the way he gets it, though. Because what happens is they want it less.
He was screaming like he was like dying.
So, but do you understand?
Like the Myrrh had died.
Okay. You have to understand, though. They do that to you because they can get away with it with you.
Yes, I know.
Okay? And not only you, whatever mothers that's out there that just,
this is like your kids do it. Just like when you send your kids to someone else's house and they're like, "Oh my gosh, your kids can come back anytime." Right. They listen, they help clean up, and you're like, "Whose children are you referring to?"
Yeah. Well, here's the deal.
When Zaire's with other people in other places, you won't ask about the Myrrh. It doesn't exist.
Okay, so what makes you think it's okay for him to act up?
I don't think it's okay.
Okay, let me say it a different way then. What makes it allowable for him to act up when he's with you, yet he knows the difference. He's well behaved and well mannered outside of your eyesight. And it's really a rhetorical question. It's a question for you to stop and think and say, why do you allow that?
I think it's, why do I still pacify, or why do I use these moments why do I allow these moments to happen where I use the Myrrh to provide time for myself? That's how I look at it. Like, I know that's not it. I need help. That's my answer.
Okay.
I need help.
So this is in relationship to...
be completely transparent, I would love if someone could help me break Zaire with his Myrrh.
to push through
what's going on right now.
To push through the little child raising moments. And I'm not saying they're small moments.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, you take them piece at a time.
Yes.
But this particular piece, the way you get rid of this desire is just to take it away. Now, yes, you're going to have to go through 2 days of crying.
And I have no problem with that. But guess what?
What?
When I'm able to afford 2 days of crying,
well, just like today,
it'll happen.
Today's the day you could afford it.
I could not afford it today.
Okay.
I had an hour and a half meeting today, and I had 2 hours of school today. Like, that's what I'm saying. You still don't know.
I'd be like this. Here, take it. I got an hour and a half meeting. After that, it's gone. Okay?
It's easier said than done, right?
Well, no. I'm not saying it's easy. Believe me, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not putting that kind of, easy cakewalk on it. Okay?
Bro, you just told me just take it away and tell the kid to come back in an hour and a half. Baby.
Well, no, you said because you needed quiet for an hour and a half for your meeting.
Like,
so I understand. It's like when you guys were little. When I really needed something to get done, I'd put you guys in front of
Trust me,
a VCR.
The merge to me right now,
cartoons.
I don't like it because it reminds me that there is idle time for my kid where I'm like, not me or someone else is not playing with them. It's, hey, I need my kid to just be occupied right now so I can get this stuff done. Like, to me, the merge is not a good reminder.
Okay,
so trust me, I want the merge gone.
I'll give you an example. I just came over.
Yeah.
The kids are all running around playing.
Yes.
Okay. There's nothing serious going on. He's got the merge mouth.
He just woke up. He hasn't had the merge for quite a while. He's been moving around playing today. So many
excuses. Okay.
It's not excuses.
No.
You haven't been here.
Okay.
Just assume.
All right, here. There was one question one lady asked me this week.
Yes.
And she said, she was referring to her grandkids. She said her granddaughter has tantrums. Mm-hmm. Or she says really big fits. What do you suggest? So I suggested the crying room.
Okay.
Go get the kids real quick. I want to see I just want to see what they would say about the crying room. Go get them. Don't prep them.
I'm not prepping them.
I'll tell the people about the crying room.
I don't want to call them in here.
So the crying room, just so that you guys know, when you come to my house, you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can play, you can eat ice cream, you can do whatever you want, but you can't cry. You can't cry over. I mean, if you fall and you skin your knee, yes, you can cry, no problem. You hit your head, you bink your head, yeah, okay, cry, I got it. But you can't cry because you're not getting your way. You can't cry over being spoiled. If you cry being spoiled, I send you to the den, or the playroom actually, but I call it the crying room when you're crying. Because if you're just going to cry, just to cry to get your way, I don't mind you crying, but go in the room and cry. Now, when you go to the room, I pretty much tell you, though, I said, look, when you finish crying and you're ready to talk to me and you're ready to listen to me, then we can talk and you can listen and I'll listen and we can go from there. But as long as you're crying, cry in the crying room. Come on, grab a seat for me real quick. We're actually recording. Tell the folks about the crying room. What do you think about it? First, you're going to talk in the mic.
I don't like it.
Okay. Go ahead.
It makes me feel like a triplet.
A triplet? But let me ask you something. Do you know why you go to the crying room when you grow?
Yep.
When you go? Why?
Because I cry.
So why do I send you to the crying room when I do send you?
Because I might be crying for not a reason.
Okay, but about the crying room, do you think it stops you from crying unnecessarily?
Sometimes.
Okay. When's it like? You haven't been there for a while though, right?
Nope.
Why? Because you don't...
Because I don't usually cry.
Yeah, you don't cry anymore. No, he hasn't been to the crying room the last few times. He only went there like maybe 3 or 4 times, and then he stopped crying unnecessarily. So I used to send Boz to the crying room because Boz would come over and, he's used to being able to do everything his way. And then when he can't, he'd cry. And I just tell him go to the crying room. And a couple times, first few times, it was really crazy because he was in there, he was flailing and kicking and stomping and everything. And, I was worried about him banging his head on things. But finally, I said, if he bangs his head, he's going to learn not to bang his head anymore. And I think he kind of cracked his head one time. I was like,
Because if I bang my head, I'm going to crack my head apart like...
Oh, okay. You're being so dramatic. All right. Okay, I just wanted to get your thought on the crying room real quick.
Will you go get Ryder?
No.
Excuse me?
No.
Please. All right. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Okay, Ryder.
And now we have Miss K with us.
So,
Hello,
have I ever
K.
sent you to the crying room? You never went to the crying room, huh? You don't think so?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Maybe you just don't remember. I'm pretty sure I've thrown you in the crying room too. You know what the crying room is for?
Yeah.
What's it for?
So it's for if you cry, and it's the timeout room, and the crying room, and the playroom.
Yes.
Oh.
And usually I will send somebody to the crying room if they're crying kind of, I don't want to say for no reason, but
If they need a moment.
yes, if they're having a difficult time with something and they just start crying, then I'm like, oh no, go to the crying room, cry. All right.
Thank you, Ryder K.
Thank you, baby.
No. Is this a podcast?
Yes. Go.
I want to stay.
No. Well, I don't care if you stay. Come on. But you got to stay over here. I was explaining to the moms and dads out there that sometimes when your child is being spoiled or not listening, not behaving well, and then you're trying to lay down the law as the parent or the uncle or the grandfather, and then they start crying, rather than have a back and forth with them, I just send them to the crying room and let them cry it out.
So that could be a crying room. It could be a peace corner. It could be your reading nook.
Yeah, well, you can call it whatever you want. But
Yeah,
when
but I'm just saying,
when they
like,
start
some
crying, though, I just say,
designated
let's
area
take you to the crying room.
to
Let
where
you
it's
cry it
like,
out.
You can go.
And I let them cry till they cry no more. I let them cry themselves to sleep. I don't, and the thing is, I still watch them, but I don't let them see me watch them. Because in their mind, I want them to think they are just crying aimlessly with getting no attention. Mm-hmm. Okay? So I got my eye on them, but they don't know I have my eye on them.
Yeah.
Especially little Bob's when I first did with Gus. He'd be on the ground swinging. I'm like, little boy's going to knock his head in the cement.
When Boz first started doing his tantrums.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was so scared because it'd be like, what if we were out somewhere? He would just be like, I'm squirming. And it'd be like.
Does he still do that?
No.
I haven't seen him do that.
He's actually been really good.
So the crying room, I would suggest for any of you parents or grandparents that have one that is a little bit spoiled and or has fits.
It doesn't have to be spoiled. They are babies. They're kids. They don't know how to regulate their emotions. So it's not like, oh, you're being spoiled. Sometimes, yes, you do know right from wrong.
All right, if you don't know the difference,
like sometimes the kids do know right from wrong, and it's like Boz will tell me, "Oh yeah, I did that on purpose," or oh, "That was an accident." There's times where he's like, "Okay, mom, I wasn't listening," but then there's times where it's like he's literally just they can't regulate their emotions. So
I'm sorry. So
he's worked himself up into a cry sometimes so much where it's like, okay, you really need to sit down and breathe so you can recenter. So I got Boz they have these emotion charts where you can go through the different emotions with your kids. So I used to be like, if these are emotions that you're feeling, these are other ways that you can release or go through them. You don't always just have to lay down and cry. That's not an appropriate response for all of these emotions.
Yeah. The deal with the crying room is one, I let them just burn their energy out. And I talk to them though, while they're in there, occasionally I'll go in there and I'll say, Boz, when you finish crying and you want to talk to me and you're ready to listen to me, then you can come on out. Now, if he keeps crying, let him stay in there. But he's only probably been in the crying room 3, maybe 4 times.
Ooh,
so initially it is rough. But the second time might be just as hard as the first time. But then the third time, they start to realize that it's not getting them too far. Just sitting there crying and going through fits. And maybe the first time it might have lasted. This one, I think the first time it lasted maybe 20 minutes. Okay? Yelling. Ah! Like the world was ending. And then the second time, maybe it was 15 minutes. And the third time, it was 5 minutes. And the next time, it was 2 minutes. And now, all I got to do is mention the crying room. And he's like, okay, I'm not going to cry. Okay, so that's it on that. That's all I had to say on that. I just wanted to share because I was talking to a young lady about it and thought I could elaborate a little bit more as opposed to, texting and typing. Well, let's just draw right to what you were talking about.
It's just a very specific thing.
Yes, it is very specific. Okay. And it has to do with the compromise part of co-parenting. When birthdays come up, Christmas comes, holidays, birthdays,
having
Thanksgiving.
to share time.
Yeah.
Like I have no problem with sharing the time. Like I'm like, enjoy your children. I want my children to enjoy all of their family. I think the other day I was just going through an emotional like mourning or like still in this process of like realizing what co-parenting really means for me. And there are moments in my children's lives that I banked on being there for no matter what. Specific? Birthdays, holidays, like
yeah, you have to share
any
those.
momental like things in their lives. So they're going to be in DC for their uncle's or back east for their uncle's wedding. And then it's like, I just found out yesterday that the boys are actually in the wedding. So it was just a lot where it's like, you know.
And what, you want to be there?
No, I am not going
to. No. I'm not saying.
There's just certain moments where it's like, yeah, I would love to see my kid. Like, you know.
Video. Like, I mean, you understand. There are things.
I am okay though. Okay. That I'm not going to be with Zaire for his birthday this year, and that is fine because it's just a day. I'm with him every day.
Every day. And how many birthdays have you been with him? One.
It's one.
Okay, so now it's 1 and 1. One for him, one for you.
He was here for his birthday. All his stuff we've done things together.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
the wedding is on Zaire's birthday, so it's
what I would say is those
Halloween.
Moments.
It's fine. I'm okay because I'm gonna take this time for myself and catch up on some sleep in my classes and work.
Okay, I was gonna say those moments when you don't get to have him 100% or even 50%. Don't worry about it because there's so much more life in front.
I know.
You know.
I know. No, it was just like,
and
I think it was just one of those moments where I was just like, ugh, just going through the actual emotions of it. Because this is like the first time that it is happening in this capacity, you know, just one of those new little things of co-parenting. But I talked to one of my other friends and he co-parents and he was like, yo, like this, it is what it is. Like, you're going to be fine. Remember, you have your kids all the time. Like, be grateful for the moments that you do have. Like the moments that you're not there, they're still going to have great moments. They're still out of love. They're with their family. It's what you want for your children. So don't like stress yourself out.
Yeah, certainly don't stress yourself out.
Like don't like put too much thought, you know, too much on it.
Yeah, you really shouldn't put too much thought on it. It's not a problem unless you make it one.
And it isn't. It was just, and I was just emotional that morning and then like I was fine. Yeah, it was just that moment of realizing,
compromise.
Like,
you know, the big thing was,
oh my gosh, like I really actually have to share.
Yes,
and like
you have to compromise.
I have to now. No, it was sorry. I know you're trying to talk about compromising.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna wait till you finish.
I think I was just sad because now I was like, I have to accept the fact that like I don't get to do all the things.
Believe me, look, do you really want to do all the things? Do you really want to be there 24/7?
No, and that's why they're going. And I'm like, peace out, have fun at this point.
The positive aspect of it, break time.
Oh, super break time.
Go spend the birthday with your daddy.
I am.
You know, so. But I did think that was, when you mentioned it earlier today, I did think that was a highlight. I mean, not a highlight. It's something that should be highlighted. That in the co-parenting deal, don't think that you can have it all your way. It's just not going to go your way. You're not being fair to yourself or to the whole institution concept of co-parenting. If you think that it's going to go all your way, there's going to be times you don't agree, but you compromise.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'd rather, but you compromise. And some people might need to look up the definition of compromise to truly understand, But even when you do, you look at it to the best.
It's just a moment. It's just a moment.
And it's a break.
Thank you. I'm actually looking forward to these breaks. One of my friends was like, girl, now you can plan breaks out like according to your kid's schedule. And I was like, true.
Yeah. So there was something else that you mentioned too.
Travel?
Travel is very educational.
I think travel has been such a huge part of my life, thanks to my parents. And I feel like we've had these podcasts and we've recorded all these episodes, and I don't feel like we've really talked about the importance of travel. Just like you saying, it's very educational. The exposure, what you learn about yourself, other customs, cultures,
Your own culture.
Your own culture.
Your
like
own country.
For us growing up, anytime we traveled somewhere, we had to write a paper before we went. And it wasn't like, oh, here's a 1-page, like, this is the capital, this is the language. It was like, what is the cult? Like, what are different aspects of the culture? Mm-hmm. What are things about, like, we would talk about food.
Language they speak.
The language or languages that are there.
Prominent religion.
Religion, the style of living, and just the different socioeconomics within the country. If it was like, if there had been like war and torn, like if there was war, like just history of the country, just customs, different customs and culture, like customs between like men and women or men and men. Mm-hmm. I remember when we went to Kenya, for me, I learned about like how there was boys didn't have certain types of braids. Like it was something that the girls only did.
No, boys didn't do braids.
They weren't braids, and they kept making fun of my cousin because
I talked to Ricky last night.
He had braids.
So they were laughing.
They were laughing at him like, "Why does this?" He was
probably 12 then.
He was a kid because I was 15 and he was like 13.
Yeah, so they're laughing at him like he's a girl.
Like, why do they give him this girl like style?
Right. Now to us, he was
didn't know,
brother with braids.
But like, if we had done maybe a little bit more, I didn't even think about like, braid culture or like, but there was also things where it's like, if you saw 2 men holding hands down the street, it was a sign of friendship. It had nothing to do with like sexuality or being in a relationship. It was just, I feel comfortable with you.
There are a lot of cultures where men
can show different signs of affection, I think. Without it being...
it has nothing to do with sexuality. It is really
relationships in that sense, Right. It's just like the camaraderie and like warmth and affection of like people, humanity, family, like socially, it's different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think traveling it's definitely shaped my life in a lot of ways, influenced me in a lot of ways.
It opens your eyes up to other than what you learn on your own block.
Yes.
Now, your own block could be, small as the neighborhood you've grown up in, or maybe you can expand it to the city you've grown up in, maybe even the state that you've grown up in, maybe even the country that you've grown up in. Okay. But what it does is it opens you up to a different style of living, thinking, moving and grooving, different mores, different customs. And don't ever think that all that a lot of what is because of where you've grown up and at the time and space that you've grown up. Mm-hmm. But that's not the whole world.
No.
Just like something as simple as eating something different than what you eat every day. People will be scared of it. I've never eaten eel. Oh, no. I've never eaten crickets. Oh, no.
I've eaten bugs.
Well, there's people that eat bugs.
So
it's not going to kill you.
Source of protein.
Yeah. So, I mean, if why, to me, it's always been interesting to understand the whole world, particularly when it comes to, spirituality or religion. You can't just take what you've learned on your block and apply it to yourself and think that it applies to everybody else in the world. Well, the world's a great big place. So don't be so tunnel vision to think that all that you know or what you've been taught should be cast on everybody. And when you get out in the world and you see different things, these things aren't, what's happening across the street from you that you don't know about isn't going to hurt you or kill you. It's just different. Me, I've been curious to learn about it, to experience it even at some points. When it comes to like dietary thing, I eat anything. I will put pretty much anything in my mouth and try it. Now, if I don't like it,
I believe that statement.
I've
seen, and because of that, I feel like I'm the same way when I travel. Like, I have no problem trying things.
Yeah, it's like the first time I tried escargot. It was like, am I really gonna put a slug in my mouth? Am I really going to eat a slug? I mean, I played with slugs. I was magnifying. I was a crazy little kid. I put the magnifying glass on them.
Not I was a crazy little kid.
Am I really going to do this? But, look, it was cooked up in some garlic and some butter, and it was nice.
Did you like it?
First time I had it, it was nice. I was so pleasantly surprised. And then I tried it again, and I wasn't so happy with it. And then I tried it one other time, And it was okay. Now, I would probably never have escargot again.
That's kind of like for me, if I try new food, I give it 3 tries. So the first one, I like go in and I've got all these expectations, what everyone else has told me or what I've read about or maybe a visual thing. And I'm like, okay. And I may like it, I may not like it, but I will try it again. Cause then I'm like, okay, I've been prepared. I've actually had it. Now I can like make a decision. And then if I have it a third time, I'm like, I like it.
Yeah.
Like, I like this.
Yeah. I mean, I'll try anything. I mean, what I'd really like to eat is I'd like to eat some horse. I just have never found it, to tell the truth.
I think they just had it was on the menu in Colombia. Yeah. And I'm like not even joking.
Yeah. I definitely want to eat some horse. I want to eat some monkey. Just because I don't know why.
I've seen the table for the monkey brain.
Yeah, see, I just saw that on Indiana Jones.
No, there's
eat the brains.
When I was in China, there was like a table and there's like a
yes,
opening, and then there's a thing you hit the monkey on the head.
Oh, you actually kill him right there?
Yes, you eat it while it's live.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm not trying to do that.
I used to see a lot of weird things. I'd be like, y'all are really doing this?
Right? Yeah.
Like,
I mean, maybe if I was there and we're at the monkey brain table and somebody else calls him and says, "Kyle, try it." Yeah. That's more like Lex Luger. I mean, not Lex Luger, Hannibal Lecter.
I'm not trying to go that like deep. This is a movie scene.
Yeah.
Like, how did I get here? Well. But it's like, oh no, these things do actually exist in some places.
Right. And it's nice when you go. The thing is, you know what you know, and that's fine, and that's groovy. That's a beautiful thing that you know how to handle your environment. But it's just, to me, it's just such a big world. I just want to see more of it, and I don't expect to know it when I'm going. I'm trying to live it. I'm trying to experience it. So,
Any travel rules that you could or travel advice you would give?
Yeah, sure. There's some 101 travel. Well, first,
there's some basics. I know Cheyenne and Zach recently came back from a trip and they were talking about how there were a lot of people got sick because they were drinking the water or eating certain fruits or vegetables. So for me, it's when I travel to certain countries, I won't eat fruits that don't have a peel or rind of some sort. Because of the water is different from the water that's used here in the States, and it's just filtered. It's just, different.
What it is, you have different microorganisms, different parasites, things like that. So that our bodies may be used to through our water system, but not used to in theirs.
So, no leafy vegetables, literally nothing. If it doesn't have a rind or a peel, I won't eat in that sense.
Well, I think what you're saying is water-based vegetables.
Yeah.
Like a tomato, like lettuce, like greens,
or even the ice from the ice machine. Sometimes you have to be mindful of the ice.
Yeah.
Brushing your teeth at the hotel,
you have to use bottled
water. So just being mindful of these things. And it kind of depends.
If you're going to, a third world country, without a doubt, you want to stay away from the water. You don't want you want bottled water. Spend the money, get the bottled water. Now, if you're going to a area that is big in tourism, let's say like a Cancun, or let's say like a Hong Kong, or I don't know, think of the name of a place that's foreign, that parts of Jamaica, there's parts of Jamaica you better stay with bottled water, but there's also
parts of Mexico. Growing up, we did a lot of Mexico trips, and the filtration system has actually changed since I first started going. Yes, as a little kid.
If you're in a large hotel and it's big and they got marble floors or whatever the case may be, and they have filtration systems
because they want you to come back.
They want theirs. Yeah, they are
They've spent the money
vetting themselves, making sure that they got a water filtration system that is not going to make you ill. That's not going to give you Montezuma's revenge, because they understand their clientele. So then you can trust the water. It's not a big deal. Yeah, but if you're third world, and I love third world.
I do too.
Sometimes I still get sick because I eat street food.
It's crazy.
But usually street food is cool because it's cooked on fire.
I've seen you eat street food and die.
Yeah.
And I've eaten the same street food and been like,
yeah. Street food, the thing is, street food that's their culture. That's what that's what they're eating. They're tearing it up. So sometimes I go and I'm just like, man, look, it's on fire. It must be okay. And I don't mean fire the way you guys slang fires like, good. I mean actual fire.
Oh, like cooking.
If it's cooked on fire, I'm usually,
it's open fire.
I'm usually cool in the game. Yeah.
No, those are the best places to me. Oh.
I've been to places where I swear to God, you think you never eat. Because most places,
like where?
Markets.
Tell me.
This was in Marrakesh, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where
There's
the
a lot
market
of markets out there.
is, they catch their fish, they put it on a bed of ice. There's a piece of plexi right here, and there's flies and bees everywhere. More bees than flies,
I feel
actually.
like when you see bees, I feel like it's a good sign.
But I mean, it's unbelievable that the bees are just right there. I mean, like a blanket of bees. They're not bothering anybody. Nobody's bothering them. And the meat is right there. And you're thinking, oh, there's no refrigerator. Where's the refrigerator? Well, there's no refrigerator. But I'm looking at these people are eating it every day. Nobody's dead. I'm like, just cook it up. Let's go.
Yeah, I think it's interesting in terms of traveling and seeing the different styles of how like people sell food or present food, like the markets versus like our grocery stores where there's like 3 selections of fish,
right.
maybe 2 selections of shrimp, big, small, a few scallops, and like then you have like a variety of meat. Whereas you can go to like an open air market or like go to a fish market in China and it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what fish I want.
17 different fishes.
What is this fish? They'll have 6
Yeah.
I literally went to this one market one time. There were like 20 different variations of shrimp alone.
Wow. Mm.
And I was like, blue shrimp, this shrimp, that shrimp. And I was just like, completely different. Like you see the tanks and they'll be like, which one? You point to the fish.
Blue shrimp.
They will weigh it. And then they ask you, how do you want it cooked? Like that was the restaurant. This is one of my favorite places in the whole entire world. And I wish this was in Guangzhou somewhere.
We need to go to Guangzhou.
I wish I could go there right now. I have no idea what state it's in, like what's going on, but like I would literally pay to have more experiences there. Where there's this one fish, it's like flat and it was so good. Like this, just the freshness of the food, the herbs that are used, like the way things are cooked are just, it's just different. Meeting different people,
right.
Learning about different cultures.
Yeah.
Like I think that is a really important skill set to learn. And like, as an American, like we are taught a certain perspective and viewpoint. And once you do start to travel and you engage and interact with like your environment, you'll be like, oh, like you are able to, I think, just be open to more. And like, it helps drive that curiosity, to even learn more and like want to know what else is going on out there. So that when things do, happen in the world, you're not just completely ignorant. Yeah. So if you can, get out there. And
traveling. Look, even if you're going to another state.
Yeah.
Because even from state to state,
there's
customs,
so much going on.
Eating habits change. Okay? I mean, you don't have to go across the river, across the water. No. You can go from here to Texas to Nebraska and see a world of difference. Go to Tennessee.
Mississippi.
They eat muskrat. I've never seen muskrat on the menu out here.
I don't even know what muskrat looks like.
Oh, sure. But I'm just saying it's just, but just, here's the point. Get off of your block. Go visit another block. Get out of your community. Go visit another one. Okay? Go and
just do something up. Change your scenery, even if it is in your same state.
If you've never eaten soul food or Southern food, go try it. If you've never tried Korean food, go try it. If you've never had Chinese food, I don't know where you are if you don't have, because Chinese restaurants are everywhere. So, but anyway.
American Chinese food.
Yeah. All right.
That was a nice little.
Yeah.
Get us through the
favorite
week.
Place. We're gonna wrap up real quick.
Oh my god.
Favorite place.
Can I give like a top 5?
All right, top 5.
Okay, in my top 5 in no particular order, Zihuatanejo is one of my favorites.
Oh, Zihuatanejo was fun. It's nice.
As a country, I love Thailand.
And Thailand has gone by too fast for me. I need to go and like spend 2 weeks there without a rush, without a crowd.
I would like to spend like 3 months there and like drop off the face of the earth.
Yeah. Taiwan's a trip.
I can get lost in that country.
First thing I remember, the first time we went to Taiwan, Bangkok. They don't have toilets. Well, you can find a toilet, but they have a ceramic.
They do have toilets.
Yeah, they have a ceramic hole cut in the floor, and you squat.
Well, I've squatted many times.
Well, an old man like me squatting, I'm on the ground. You
know?
But
it's good for your bowel movements.
Yeah, I know. It gets you everything lined up.
Yes.
But I mean, that's their normal toilet. Their normal toilets on the ground. But they have toilets for like, Americans like me. Okay, Thailand, nice place.
Yeah.
Good, nice people, fun people. Money goes far.
I'm going to save 2 spots because I haven't been to those places yet, but I know they're coming. And I also really like Germany.
I haven't been to Germany.
You just didn't remember you were a baby.
No, that's why I say I haven't. I've been to Germany with my mom as a baby.
As a baby.
Okay.
No,
I had the lederhosen and the whole 9 yards.
I've got some pictures of him in his outfit.
But I'm talking about as
an adult.
So
yeah.
else?
No, I think I really, really enjoyed Germany, and it was interesting.
You haven't been to Barcelona, huh?
I have not been to
Spain.
You'd
love Barcelona.
That's why I'm like, I have some other open spaces.
Oh, girl, let me tell you something. Barcelona's so sweet.
Some of my really good friends think that I would really like Barcelona is on the list, Amsterdam, and then a few places in South Africa.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
You didn't go to Amsterdam with us?
No, that was your 40th birthday. I was a kid.
Where did we leave you guys?
You left me in Cheyenne at home with your mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait, you said you stayed with your mom this week.
Yeah.
How was that?
Oh, it was cool. It was cool. My mom is in her 80-somethings, and I don't spend a lot of time with her just because, where I'm moving and she's,
And you guys live in different cities.
we're an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
So usually when I see her, all the birthdays, holidays, things like that. But I haven't been a good son, the type of son that just stops by, on a Tuesday. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't know why. So anyway, this for a couple of weeks, my sister's been going out of town.
Where's she at?
She went to like the Bordeaux and Champagne places to see wine country.
Okay.
Now she's in, I think, Senegal.
Nice.
She jumped over to Africa to do a couple. We need to go to Africa. We need to go to Senegal, particularly.
I know someone who moved back to Senegal not too long ago, and I want to show you. They're paying like less than $5,000 a month, and they've got a 5-bedroom house on the beach, ocean view, live-in nanny, full-time chef. There's kids are in school. There's a driver, and I'm like,
no, you don't really understand. I don't know if this was in Senegal or Ghana. She sent me a picture of this place. It was $5,000.
Yes.
For the year.
Yeah, you can buy places. You can rent places for like $350 to $450 a month.
Yes, it was on the beach. Unbelievable. So yeah, we needed to get that. We need to go. When she comes back, I'm sure she's gonna fill my head full of things that I know a few people who've recently moved back out there, and then some people who've been out there for the last 5 years. So it's like. There's a few different countries like within West Africa. I'm getting on the Marcus Garvey train and going back to Africa.
Me too.
I'm out of here.
Bye.
Okay. What were we talking about?
I don't know. You saw your mom. You had a good time.
So my mom. So what we did, me and my brother, we decided, we decided. Our sister said, you need to watch Mom while I'm going. So me and my brother got together. We had a schedule. Well, in the schedule, I had a couple days, but one of them was Cheyenne's birthday. Mm-hmm. And then the next one was Teresa's son's birthday celebration day. Okay. So I traded some days with my brother. So then the last couple days, I've been with my mom.
That's nice.
And it was nice, sitting up talking, reminiscing.
That's good.
Did a meal yesterday. Listen to this. I did a meal yesterday, and then I saw my dad and my brother. Mm-hmm. So I invited them over. Okay. So now it ended up being my mom, my dad, my older brother, and me.
When was the last time the 4 of you guys sat together?
Probably, I'm 63, probably 60 years ago.
How did that make you feel?
Because I was about 3 years old when they got divorced, somewhere in there.
How did that make you feel? 4. How was that?
Well, I realized it. I realized with the dynamics of it. Yeah. I didn't mention it. I was just wondering if anybody else at the table thought about it.
That's crazy. Because it's not like you guys don't do anything.
Right.
They see each other all the
You're
time.
right. My mom and dad are friends.
The fact that
and I see my brother all the time. I see my dad all the time. I see my mom all the time. I talk to him, Yeah. But the four of us, the original family, that was our original family, sat down and had a meal together. And it's probably been like 60 years. Yeah, it was pretty wild. It was just the four of us. Keisha was gone. It was pretty wild.
Life before Keisha.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's get out of here on that.
Yeah, I'm happy you had that moment.
Yeah,
that's a very that's a surreal moment.
Yes, I really appreciate it. Deep down, I didn't mention to anybody.
That's really special.
My mom will see now.
Oh, wow.
Not because my mom watches this, so now she's seeing. I'm wondering.
That just made me
wondering if she thought about it, if anybody else did.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in.
That was great.
Okay. I forgot how to close out. Thanks for tuning in to Unfiltered Kitchen. Yes. We appreciate you guys being here. Every once in a while.
I was gonna say thank you for letting me be a guest again.
Oh yeah, no problem. Well, you did it so well last time.
Don't forget to comment, subscribe, review. Is it Our Unfiltered Kitchen?
No, so if you go to YouTube, if you just put Unfiltered Kitchen, you're gonna find us. Just put in Unfiltered Kitchen.
I tried, Cheyenne.
You see a black man with a bald head? It's me, okay?
Where can people find you?
They can find me at Pretty Boy Floyd 3.
And you can find me at Kyle Lynn, or you can find me on the Think Loud Crew podcast.
Oh yeah, they do really well on Think Loud. Think Loud I need to listen to a couple podcasts.
Oh, we just had a really good podcast with Nana, Dave, and Mom, and we were just reflecting on how strong our village is, and just like some family morals and values, and how we push through hard moments. So,
okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, peace out, guys. See you guys next time. All right, bye-bye.